All right, cool. So let me share my screen. All right, so today we are talking about resolving conflicts, and it won't take very long. So there's a lot of interaction going on. So Riley, feel free to answer any questions, ask any questions, all that good stuff, okay? So we're talking about resolving conflicts and what that is and how we deal with those, especially like with friends, with family, any situation going on. And that's pretty much what we're talking about today. So, you tell me, what is a conflict? What do you think is a conflict? So, like, what do you think that means? Does that mean a clash between someone? Do you think a conflict is being calm with somebody? Do you think a conflict is stability? Do you think it's being, like being in an argument, in a disagreement, or being at peace? So what do you think a conflict is?
Calm.
Yes. What do you think a conflict means? Like,
it means like you're being calm, and being calm, like make other people calm down and stuff.
Okay, so a conflict is actually the opposite. So you're close, but it's opposite. A conflict is like whenever you don't agree with somebody and you think one thing and the person thinks another thing, so y'all kind of have an argument or a disagreement. So that's what a conflict is. It's kind of like y'all are not getting along. You think one thing, they think another thing, and then y'all just kind of like, it's almost like a crash, That's a conflict. Y'all are not agreeing with things. So you were close. So people react in 3 different ways when a conflict arises. So if, let's say you and I are having a conflict, okay? Let's say I like chocolate ice cream, but you like strawberry ice cream, okay? And I'm trying to tell you we need to get chocolate ice cream because that's what I like. So you and I are in a conflict right now, right? So there's things that can happen. Either I can strike back at you and say, Riley, we're going to get chocolate ice cream because I love chocolate ice cream. I don't care if you like strawberry ice cream. We're going to get what I want, okay? So that's striking back. I can give in and just be like, okay, we'll just get the strawberry ice cream because you like it. I don't like it, but I'll just eat it because you like it. That's me kind of like giving in. I'm just like, it is what it is. Like, fine, let's just do what you want. The other thing is breaking off. So I can be like, you know what, Riley, I think I'm going to go home. I'll just eat chocolate ice cream at my house. You have strawberry ice cream at your house, and we can just both be happy in our own place, So that's breaking off. That's kind of like being like, you have it your way and I have it my way and we both win. So there's 3 ways, okay? There's striking back, which is like, we're going to do what I want. There's giving in where I'm going to do what you want, even though I didn't tell you I didn't want to do that. And then we can break off and saying like, hey, I'll just go do my own thing kind of thing.
Giving in.
Yeah, so giving in, a lot of people do give in because they don't want to fight with another person, or, they don't want to disagree with another person. So they'll just give in and they'll be like, fine, let's just do whatever you want. So that's a good point, Riley. So yes, a lot of people actually give in. I give in a lot of the time too, because I'm just like, you know what, I just don't want to disappoint somebody else. So I'm just going to give in, So
yes,
that's a good point.
Very.
All right. So how do you react? I guess we just answered this, huh? How do you react when a conflict arises? So I know you said you give in, right?
Yes.
So a lot of time I give in as well.
Right.
So a lot of people don't strike back because a lot of people feel like that's kind of rude to strike back and say, we're going to do what I want because I said so. Like people think that's kind of rude.
And you like it.
Yeah, and they don't like it, right? And a lot of people don't break off either because they're like, oh, well, I don't want to upset this other person and just leave. So they won't break off. So I agree with you. A lot of people probably give in because they're like, I don't want to upset this person and let's just do what they want because maybe they're the guest or they're the friend and you don't want to upset them. So yes, cool. So compromise versus negotiation. These are 2 different things. They're very similar, but they're different. So we're going to talk about what a compromise is, okay? So a compromise is each person is giving up something to gain something. So if we both, if you want strawberry ice cream, I want chocolate ice cream, we can say, you know what, let's just get vanilla. And we're both okay with vanilla, right? So we're giving up eating the ice cream we like, but we're still getting ice cream at the end of the day. and we're still getting vanilla ice cream. So at the end of the day, we might not get what we want, but we're still getting the treat. So that's pretty much what a compromise is I'm giving up something, you're giving up something, but we're still winning at the end. So negotiation is the same thing. So you and I will work together and we both get what we want, right? Maybe a negotiation is, hey, Riley, how about we get chocolate ice cream this time, and next time we'll get strawberry ice cream. So at the end of the day, I'm getting what I want. You might not be getting what you want, but at the same time, you're still getting ice cream. So it's a win-win situation. We both are getting something. So compromise and negotiation are very similar, but they're slightly different. At the end of the day, we're either giving up something or we're both getting what we want. So guess what? Not everyone's going to agree with you, okay? So not everyone's going to agree. Not everybody's going to think that chocolate ice cream is the best ice cream in the world. Not everybody's going to agree with that. Not everybody's going to agree that strawberry ice cream is the best one in the world. So people are going to have different stuff, right? So what do you think are some techniques? Like, what do you think you can do to calm yourself down? So keep your cool. So like if somebody doesn't agree with you, like what would you do to not get angry?
Calm myself down or go to the other room and calm myself down.
Okay, so maybe step away from the situation, which is a good thing, Riley. So that's good that you're stepping away. The other thing you can do is probably take some deep breaths. So while you're stepping away in a different room, maybe you can take some deep breaths while you're in the different room and just, you know, kind of like breathe in for 10 breaths and calm yourself down. You can also maybe count to maybe 50, count to 20 and kind of calm yourself down a little bit. The other thing is called I statements, which a lot of people don't know about these. I statements, let me see, it's not on the next slide. No. I statements are pretty much, instead of, you know, when something hurts your feelings, a lot of people tend to say, you did this, you did that, you said this, right? So we blame the other person. I statements are pretty much saying like, I feel like when you called me a bad friend, I really feel like that hurt my feelings, or I understand where you're coming from, but what you said hurt my feelings. So pretty much it's putting it back on yourself, how you feel. So I feel this way, I didn't like this. So it's referring it back to you instead of saying you. So the other thing is another person cannot read our mind. I cannot read your mind. You can't read my mind. I can't read anybody else's mind. Yeah, we cannot read minds. So it's important for us to say how we feel and say what we want, because another person might not even know that's what you feel or that's what you want because you're not saying it. So you have to kind of say it out loud and tell the other person. So let's say I told you, Riley, you have to have chocolate ice cream, and that kind of hurt your feelings. I won't know that hurt your feelings unless you tell me, unless you say, hey, Sharon, you really hurt my feelings when you said that we could only have chocolate ice cream, because that's not what I really like. Or you can say, hey, that really hurt my feelings because I'm allergic to it and you didn't take me into considerations or my feelings. So it's important for you to tell people how you feel, because again, they cannot read your mind. You cannot read my mind. I cannot read yours. I can't read nobody's mind. That would be cool if we could read minds. That would be awesome. But I think that's superhero level. Not that we're not superheroes, but it's kind of hard to read somebody's mind. So the last thing is we need to respect and acknowledge another person's point of view. So we may not agree, but we are hearing what they're saying. So somebody might not agree with you and what you're saying, but sometimes you might not agree with the other person is saying, but it's important for us to be respectful and to listen to what they're saying and acknowledge what they're saying. So for example, if I am saying, Riley, I don't agree that strawberry ice cream is the best. You can't strike back and say, Sharon, you're wrong. Like, it's important for you to just listen to my point of view on why I think strawberry ice cream is not the best and acknowledge that. And then I will listen to why you think strawberry ice cream is the best and acknowledge that as well. So it's important to acknowledge other people's point of view that is not the same as yours. So there's rules to this, okay? But they're not hard rules. So the rules for resolving conflicts, if you're having a conflict with somebody, whether it's a friend, a family, a disagreement, anything, the first thing to do is find out what the problem is. So we will not know what we're arguing about and we don't know what the problem is. What if we're arguing about nonsense because we don't know what the problem is? So you need to find out what the problem is. We need to attack the problem, not the person. So attack the problem at hand. So say, this is the problem. I have a problem with this problem. So I don't agree with this problem instead of the person. Instead of saying, hey, person, you're not smart enough to know what the problem is. Like, no, it's the problem. So don't attack the person, attack the problem. You need to listen to each other, care about each other's feelings, and hold yourself responsible for what you say and do. So if you say something hurtful, you have to take responsibility for that, because once it's out in the air, it's out there. You cannot gobble your words back in. So be responsible for what you say and what you do. That's important. So that is all I have. Now you know how to properly attack a conflict and resolve it and all that good stuff. So I hope you take a lot of the resolving conflicts out of here, all the rules, all the stuff we did. This is important. It's important to know to attack the problem, not the person, and also how to direct it back to yourself, and say how you feel, and do not expect another person to read your mind, because they cannot. So it's important to use your words, tell people how you feel, take action for what you say, and attack the problem, not the person. That's the biggest thing, is attack the problem, not the person. But other than that, thank you for watching, and thank you for coming. We'll see y'all next week.